What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Malcolm Miller, man. I'm back, man, with the Chicago Bulls hat on, man. Chi-Town all day, Southside representing 773. You know, Wild Hunters. I was on 87, I was on 48th, I was on 65th, man. I'm over the whole Southside, man. I'm Southside known. But anyway, let's get right into it. Let's talk about a Chicago artist, an artist that's sweeping the nation, sweeping the world, taking over the world in the rap game itself. Chance the Eminem rapper. Chance the Rapper, man. Shout out to Chance, man. I'm very proud of how Chance has progressed over these years. I mean, from seeing him when we was in high school, my friends used to go down to U Media at Harold Washington Library, and they would go, I think it was something called Lyricist Loft or something like that. They would participate in, and they would be reciting Chance's lyrics and the words to poems that he would write and songs that he would write, and come back to school saying it. And I'm like, dang, that's dope. Who was that? They're like, this is my homie Chance. And this was like our junior year in high school. I went to Morgan Park. He went to what's the school he went to? Jones College Prep. And they would come back reciting, and I'm like, man, that sounds dope. And he has little YouTube videos up. And now to see him blow up like this, it's phenomenal. Like, I commend him. All the things that he's doing for Chicago, all the civic works he's doing in the community, and raising awareness about what's going on in Chicago, but also trying to make change. Not just talking about the bad, but doing things to help Chicago's situation, giving back to the school system, just doing things for the neighborhood, like buying out a movie theater for people to go support a Chicago native, Lil Rel Howery, and a movie like Get Out. So I thought that was dope. But anyway, let's jump right into it, man. So Wale was on Twitter. Now, this was like a couple of weeks ago. I'm just now getting back around and talking about it because I don't know, I forgot to make a video when it first happened. But anyway, he made a tweet. Some of these rappers have some amazing PR. Goody Two Shoes All-American, boy, holier than thou swag. Now, when I saw this tweet, I said, it's only one person I felt that tweet applied to, and that's Chance the Eminem rapper once again. Now, I told people from the jump, I said, you're going to have a lot of hip-hop dudes that are not as successful as Chance or have not received the same accolades or praise that Chance has gotten that are going to be bitter at that young dude. Now, you would think, no, why would they hate on that dude, man? He's such a positive guy. He speaks positive about everybody. He's trying to do well for his community, Chicago as a whole, and he does nothing but, he's an all-around good guy, genuine guy. But he messing it up for a lot of the dudes that are backed by a major label that have not popped off or is nowhere near as successful as him. The accolades that he's received, being quote-unquote an independent artist, people got a problem with that. Because they looking at it like, if Chance can do what he's doing and he's independent, what the hell is wrong with y'all rappers that signed to all these big major labels, got a major backing from some of these huge artists that y'all can't even get y'all name buzzing like this young man? And he messing up. They looking at him like, okay, I'm gonna make an analogy, man. He the kid that just transferred to a new school and he killing it in the books. And the same people that been there all year with the same teachers, been there for most of their years in school, they still getting C's and D's, and he getting straight A's, and he just transferred. Like, they looking at him like this, like, how is this new dude doing this stuff and we ain't getting that same type of success? Now, I'm not saying that Wale's hating. I'm just speaking in general what I said was going to be the problem with Chance. Now, there's people that looking like, man, he's independent and he doing all these crazy numbers. He's a global icon right now at this young age. I mean, he's lining up with Jay-Z. Like, it's very rare for a young dude to be linked up with Jay-Z that early. Like Jay-Z, Beyonce. Like, I mean, big as DJ Khaled. But people looking at it like, how? So that's why he said he has some amazing PR. There are people that think that Chance has been planted into the industry and being to be labeled as an independent artist, but secretly he's backed by a huge machine. He's backed by a big label and actually being pushed out there like he's independent because they want to fool the people. They want to fool the public and say this independent artist is doing all these major things and he's doing independent. Some people think it's a lie that he's independent. There are other people that think that he's latched on to this gospel wave or this gospel sound and the civic engagement that he's been, involved in. They feel like those things, he's doing this so that he could propel to the top. Because earlier in his career, Chance had a different type of rapping style. I mean, his style was the same, but he rapped about different things. A little bit more edgier things than what he does now. I mean, don't get me wrong, he still makes secular music, but there are a little bit more edgier things like acid rap, 10 Day, things on those mixtapes. And because of his change to a more gospel type of sound with the choir and the horns and things like that, he's gained a huge new wave of fans, a big following that he didn't have before. For example, my girl, I can tell you right now, before Chance released the coloring book tape, she did not know who the hell Chance was. Nor would she listen to Chance's music or even give it a chance. I'm telling you that right now. No hate, but I'm just telling you, she wouldn't. Now that he has a sound that's more on the lines of talking about his faith, she's all for it. She's a Christian. My girl is a religious person. So now, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Because should you be mad at Chance for that? Is he fake for that? I don't think he fake for that. I think why he couldn't just have living out in California, like he said, why couldn't he just have a revelation and feel like, man, I gotta get more in tune with my religious beliefs or my faith. And he don't even make church music. He don't make gospel music to me. People take it as that from the message that he has in some of his songs and how he talks about his faith openly and freely without any concern. So people look at it as gospel music. I don't think he makes gospel music, especially when you hear him in DJ Khaled, I'm the one song, someone put a booty on my Gucci belt and stuff. That's not gospel. But people perceive him as that because he talks about God a lot. So, I mean, I think that I don't think he's fake at all. Like, I salute the young man, like, for real. But you're going to have artists like Wale that are going to be upset because he messing up. He messing up the curve for them, like DJ Academic said. He messing up the curve for them. They looking at him like, man, what the hell am I doing wrong? Because Wale has been known to have a problem, come out and talk about why he doesn't get the accolades, he doesn't get the credit he deserves for the music that he makes, the songs he makes, the stuff that he puts together. People don't look at him in the same light as a lot of other artists like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. He doesn't get that same type of recognition. And we're going to get to Wale. Because this is just it. Wale makes a lot of great tracks, great songs, great singles. Like, Wale got singles that I really, really love. Like, I remember when he came out with The Diary. He came out with the Breakup song. Came out with the Lotus Flower Bomb. I mean, The Body, Matrimony, all great tracks. But I have yet to have listened to a whole Wale body of work that I like from top to bottom. And it's very rare with a lot of artists, but he's going to have more songs that I don't like on an album than I actually do. And I think it's because, I don't know, the style that he raps with, sometimes he delivers punchlines in a nonchalant way. Sometimes they carried on too long. He tries to make a punchline super, super long, or it sometimes it's too much for me or my liking. Sometimes he sounds more like a poet than a rapper. And yes, there is a difference. He sounds more like a poet than a rapper. Now don't get me wrong, he can put words together very great. He does it well. Even at the beginning of the Diced Pineapples. My sister was like, but what is Wale talking about? What is he talking about? But he put it together nicely. For anybody that's a poet, you listen to that, you're like, man, that's dope. But his style is not intriguing enough to keep me entertained for an entire body of work. It's just not for me. Not at all. He has yet to do that. I'm not saying that he won't ever do that, but he has yet to do that for your boy. Period. So I think that for him, he's struggling. He has a problem struggling to find his lane and struggling to get the recognition that he wants. Because for one, most of the time, he makes a lot of songs that are dedicated to women. And those are the people in this audience. So a lot of times women are not at the forefront of who is pushing for an artist to get the recognition that he deserves. A lot of these guys is in the hip hop world that are making the claims for people to be acknowledged in high regard. Most of these guys are men. So he's making music dedicated to women a lot. A lot of his biggest songs are for women. And outside of some of those, he don't got a lot of tracks that you would regularly gravitate to like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real for me, at least. Do I think he's a terrible artist? No. Do I think he's bad? No. But he's not the most interesting of the rappers that I know. And I think from that, it's a little bit of like, you're looking at like, He looking at Chance thinking Chance has a little scheme or PR team that has helped him propel to the level that he's at now, attaching himself to church type of sounds with organs and things like that, those type of sounds, and also with people saying he's independent and he's thinking that maybe he's really not or whatever. So he didn't say Chance's name, but everybody that saw that inferred he was talking about Chance the Rapper. So, hey, I think Wale is a little bit looking at Chance like, dang, people looking like, wow, why has Chance come in the game and taking it over so quickly? And Wale, you've been around for a long time and you haven't created the same buzz. So he feel a little salty about it. That's it. That's all, man. But Chance ain't doing nothing wrong. I feel like, you know, he changed up the message a little bit, not all the way, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you find yourself, why not talk about it in your music? For what? A lot of guys are scared to do that. They're scared to be vulnerable, talking about their faith. They feel like that's not the cool thing to do. But yet still he's doing it. So salute to that young man. Proud of him and proud of everything he's doing for Chicago and representing for the city of Chicago, considering his counterparts or the opposite end of the spectrum, which are the Chief Keef, the Lil Durk, Lil Reese's. I listen to those guys. I'm a big fan. But at the same time, Chance shows another image of Southside Chicago young man who went to school, who don't live in the street life or nothing like that, just come from the hood, but just cool, regular, everyday dudes. So salute to him.